C'est Sam Goodchild, il est 20h37 TU. So the watches on board are organised on a 1 hour system or 1 hour rolling system, so there's never a full new crew on deck. There's always some sort of following over the last hour. So we do 2 hours on, 1 hour on standby, 2 hours off, 1 hour on standby. And I'm opposite Francois Duguay, so on a 24-hour watch system we have six rotations, and we kind of all cross each other at some stage during the day, so it's quite nice we all see each other. So we've almost finished all the fresh food. We've got a bit more cheese and dried meat on board, but all the fruit and veg are done, so we're into freeze-dried food and long-lasting food, so fortunately it's all good, and we've only got another 4 or 5 weeks left, so it'll be fine. So we're now in the southern hemisphere trade winds, so it's kind of the moment of the Atlantic where we get to rest a bit. There aren't too many changes in sails, and the conditions are quite easy. The sea's quite flat, and the wind's not too strong, so we managed to get some good rest, check everything in the boat, and the wind's not as strong as we'd like it to be, but it's enough to keep the average speed between 20 and 30 knots, so trying to make the best of it, because in a week's time we'll be in the Southern Ocean and it'll be a different story. So about a year ago we actually were in the same bit of water finishing the Transat Jacques Vabre with Leighton and Fabien Delahaye. We finished second in that race in the Class 40 class, so that was cool. And just before we got to the finish there was Sdeba that overtook us during the Brest Atlantic race when they were double-handed with Thomas and Jean-Luc, so it was it's not quite a year to the day, but not far off, and it's nice to be back here on a different boat. So for the next week or so, it's the transition into the Southern Ocean. Right now in the trade winds, so we've got to get into the Southern Ocean and hook into a low system off the south of Brazil. That's generally a little bit complicated at the moment. The routing is showing that it should be fine. We just have to be careful and keep the boat going as fast as we can to make sure we make that transition well, and then within a week's time we're going to be south of South Africa and quite deep into the Southern Ocean, where the conditions get a bit harder and we're a bit further from land, so we need to be a bit more careful. The wind's denser and the sea's colder, so a bit more dangerous and a bit more careful, so that's what's in stock for the next week for us.